Denzel Washington is once again captivating audiences with his stellar performance, this time in the highly anticipated Gladiator 2, where he takes on the role of Macrinus, a character who commands both the power of ancient Rome and the movie theater screens. While many were eager to see how the legacy of the original Gladiator would unfold, it's Washington's portrayal that has truly become the heart of the sequel, propelling the film forward in unexpected ways. Set in the days of the Roman Empire, Gladiator 2 picks up with Lucius, played by Paul Mescal, stepping into his father's shoes as the heir to an empire. But the real force behind the scenes is Washington's Macrinus. Far from being just a villain, Macrinus is a former slave turned manipulative gladiator turned power broker who will stop at nothing to seize control of the empire. As Washington describes it, his character's grand purpose is simply to take over the world, and he does so with unmatched cunning and charm. Macrinus's influence is not just in his power, but in how he plays with those around him. He uses the rage of the gladiators, manipulating their anger to force them into his service. Washington explains that this manipulation isn't just a tool of control, but a way for Macrinus to connect with those he needs, pushing them to do his bidding through sheer force of will. The actor's involvement in the sequel was not a decision made lightly. It was through his strong working relationship with Gladiator 2 director Ridley Scott, with whom he had worked previously on American Gangster In, that he was convinced to take on the role. Washington has great respect for Scott, calling him one of the best directors of all time, and when he asked Washington to join the project, he couldn't refuse. Visually, Macrinus stands out with his opulent attire, luxurious robes, extravagant rings, and gold jewelry that reflect his wealth and status. Washington, ever humble, admits that the stunning costume design, including eye-catching earrings, was largely the work of costume designer Janty Yates. He credits her for making him look the part, noting that he's not one to fuss over fashion, but appreciates the effort that went into creating such a powerful visual. While the action sequences in Gladiator 2 may not be new to Washington, who has fought on screen in everything from Othello to the Equalizer franchise, there are still fresh challenges. He recalls that the one new element for him was battling in the water, an experience he hadn't encountered before. However, much of the physical work, including sword fights and horseback riding, felt familiar, having already been a part of his extensive career. Beyond the action and the dazzling costumes, Gladiator 2 also represents a personal milestone for Washington. While he's played countless lead roles in his career, the focus now is less on adding to his already impressive list of achievements, and more on spending time with his family and reflecting on his journey. With his children following their own paths, and his career reaching a point where he's content with what he's accomplished, Washington speaks candidly about his desire to slow down and enjoy life's simpler pleasures. Gladiator 2 is already making waves in theaters, but for Washington, the role of Macrinus is just another chapter in a remarkable career filled with both intensity and wisdom. With his iconic performance, he proves once again that no matter the era, whether it be ancient Rome or the silver screen, he remains one of Hollywood's most commanding talents,